Just welcome you guys out here to season 15 of Formula Drift Black Magic Pro Championship. It's great to see new and familiar faces. I hope everybody had a great winter and a good off season. For us, I'd say it was a little bit.
How did I get started in all this? I think I've been a car enthusiast all my life. Really loved cars before I could even drive. All my friends around me were all getting into cars and kind of the early days of the import scene. You know, they were one of the first to lower cars like the Civic and the CRX, and everybody went street racing, and that was kind of the scene I grew up around, and I really fell in love with it all. So we started Slipstream Global Marketing, which was our marketing agency. Long story short, through that we fell upon drifting. It was through various companies that we worked with, and they introduced us to the sport. They said that there was an opportunity that the drifting series in Japan, D1, wanted to stage a kind of an exhibition match here and that we could bid for it. So we went for it. We went and we bid and we proposed to them, look, let us be your marketers and your event producers here. They gave us the opportunity, and in August of 2003, we staged the first ever D1 Grand Prix event outside of Japan here at Irwindale Speedway, back in 2003. From there, fortunately and unfortunately, D1 didn't want to work with us. They weren't sure what their commitment was to the US or the fans here. They know they wanted to come back, but they didn't know when or how many times or what the longer term plan was. So we said to them, look, we want to work together. We want to maybe help you create a D1 USA series. So how can we work together to do that? They came back and said no. So by default, we said, well, then if you're not going to work together with us, then we're going to go create something on our own. And that gave birth to Formula Drift.
Jim Liaw is igniting the passion of the next generation. Jim's Formula Drift racing series has taken competitive motorsports to a new extreme, attracting fans and car enthusiasts from all walks of life.
As I mentioned, I think Formula Drift, as much as we like to give credit that, hey, we were some geniuses that came up with this concept to create a drifting series, we were as much fortunate that we were rejected by the organizers of D1 and were forced essentially to create something of our own. But I think obviously in long term, in hindsight, looking back, of course, that was blessing in disguise. We created the series pretty quickly. When the D1 guys said no, that was like September of '03. And we put our plans together and launched and announced it at the SEMA show, Formula Drift, by November of 2003. So this was what, almost 3 months, 2.5 months later that we were able to put all this together. We were super fortunate because I think in our past dealings and our past relationships, we were able to put together venues like Irwindale Speedway and Sears Point and Road Atlanta, and put all these pieces in place to be able to launch that 4-round series by May of 2004. And we're fortunate enough to have sponsors like EA Games and at that time Circuit City to be able to step up and contribute and be a part of the series. So we were rolling with venues, we were rolling with sponsors, and really all we needed were teams to commit and fans to show up. What has Formula Drift taught me? I mean, I think the years in running the series has definitely taught me a lot. I think a few things that stand out are patience. I think patience is a huge lesson that I've learned in all this, because there are times where, for myself, even personally, I get very antsy about seeing what competitors are doing, and maybe not direct competitors, but other sports and other motorsports, what they're doing, and how can we move and evolve and adapt, and and kind of second guessing myself and ourselves on the decision that we made. But to have patience, to let it run its course, to be able to stick firm and be confident in what we're doing, and allowing that to kind of run itself through. And we've seen that. We've seen competitors come and go, and we've outlasted many of them. We outlasted most of them, and that I think we're still here and we're thriving, and they're not. Shows that I think we've made right decisions that are both progressive but also conservative, and a very balanced approach that we're able to last 15 years and we're still moving forward. I think having patience for that, and having patience to be able to just kind of, you know, be confident in what we're doing, and also confidence, having confidence and decisiveness in the decisions that we make. Yes, there's always hard decisions to make. Sometimes we just have to kind of say, hey, look, this is the direction we want to go. We have to stick to our guns and believe that we know what we're doing, and that we are making decisions that are good for the entirety of the sport, not just good for our business, but for everyone around us. I just want to say to all the fans, thank you for all those rabid, diehard fans that travel to multiple events, that watch online through late hours, that have been with us, and some of you since day one. I just want to say thank you. And really, it tugs at me, because we've always approached this from a fan-first perspective, that we in this office are enthusiasts of drifting, are enthusiasts of car culture, and that we approach every event like we would going to somebody else's event, and that we want to try and create something that you will enjoy, that you will love, and that you will come back again and again. And so for those of you that have grown with us, that have come on board to follow the series, I just want to say thank you.